Howdy there. So a couple of days ago, it was my birthday, and for my birthday, I went to the most expensive movie theater in all of Los Angeles, the ArcLight of Hollywood. And I paid $14 at 1 in the afternoon to see The Artist. And I really enjoyed it. As I kind of expected I would. Highly enjoyable. I told myself it was worth the $14 matinee price, which is ridiculous. And I could spend an entire 15 minutes rambling on how you should not spend $14 to go to a movie at 1 in the afternoon on a Monday, but I digress. I can't tell you much about the team behind The Artist. I know it's technically, I believe technically, a foreign film. It was made in France, well, with French money. It was shot here in Los Angeles, most of it was. I'm positive that some of the studio work was done in France. But a lot of it was shot here in Hollywood. It's about Hollywood, about the golden era of Hollywood and the silent picture era, basically. But again, French filmmakers, French writers, French actors, I'm sure made with French money, so I don't see why it wouldn't be considered a foreign film. Though all of the language spoken in the film, when there is some talking, is in English. So, I don't know, maybe it, wouldn't classify as a foreign film. I'm not sure how that works. Anywho, The Artist is about a silent film actor. Basically his story arc of his career. He meets a beautiful young woman purely by coincidence. He makes her a star. They introduce talking movies, talking pictures. They suddenly feel that he's, no longer it. So they pretty much fire him, which, they never give us a reason for. They never say, they just want fresh meat. There's nothing, they never mention his voice, how it doesn't, sound good. A lot of silent film actors, when the talkies came around, sounded effeminate. And so they were not connected with the manly portrayal they were doing, so they were let go. We're never really given a reason for his, Passover, but it's just that they need new meat. The audience wants to see new faces. So he's out on his ass. He, has the fall, the stereotypical fall. And, a shot at redemption. So it's really just kind of your classic Hollywood story, really. There's nothing too new here in terms of story. I don't want to have it seem negative, but it was predictable. There weren't any surprises. I knew where the story was going. Really, there's very little story here. But, there's no talking. There's title cards, that let us know what the character was saying, or at least roughly what the character was saying. Okay, I can't tell you who directed it. I wanted to remember, but not sure. I think they also wrote it. Again, I'm not really sure. And I really can't tell you the star of the show, The Artist, the male lead, is amazing. He won Best Actor at Cannes this year. I fully suspect he will get nominated for Best Actor here at the Oscars. Whether he will win, I'm not so sure, but he would certainly deserve a nomination. The movie's like an hour and 20 minutes. He's in every scene. He's magnetic. You really kind of can't take your eyes off of him. He goes through every emotion in the gamut. He does so without vocalizing. It's a tremendous balls-out performance that he needs recognition for. I didn't even recognize his face, let alone his name, but I am sure that we will see much more of him. All of the other actors in the movie, at least as far as I know, were pretty much Americanized, at least the ones I recognized. I don't know who the female lead was, the ingenue, the chance meeting. I'm not sure of her name. She's beautiful. She reminded me of one of my friends, actually. She might have been French. I mean, I don't know. Now that I'm trying to think back, maybe she was American. Anyway, John Goodman's in it. James Cromwell, Penelope Ann Miller, Malcolm McDowell. Who else? Those are the big ones. Those are the ones I remember. All of the acting is very good. All the acting is very stylized. Again, this is an hour and 20-minute silent film. Only in brief little parts is there a soundtrack, meaning, when you set your keys down, they make a noise. That didn't exist when film first existed. And so it does not exist here, except in a brilliant dream sequence. So again, it's silent. I think the only film I could really think about after I saw this was The White Ribbon, which I thought was very much a throwback as well. The White Ribbon is not silent. It's damn near silent, but it's not. I also thought The White Ribbon really paid homage to the beginnings of film. And basically in terms of, I don't know, it even seemed like the camera they used was like way old school. And maybe it was, I can't remember. But, just no tracking shots, no moving shots, very slow. Again, that's just, which... White Ribbon, I think it was German, but I'm pretty sure about that. But it's really the only film I could compare, just because it seemed like The White Ribbon was an old school infancy of film, with a message, something to say, a lesson to teach, where The Artist goes back to the infancy of films, and it's pure entertainment. It's escapist entertainment. So I thought The White Ribbon and The Artist kind of would make a good double feature if you could, make it through The White Ribbon and have the energy for The Artist. The Artist has everything. It has everything. As old school films did. I mean, it has humor, lots of it. Drama, lots of it. Tragedy, some of it. Love, lots of it. Big, glamorous, sets, yes. Musical numbers, yes. Back in the day, and I guess we still do, but, it used to be just much more obvious that we would watch films starring animals, trained animals doing funny things, human-esque things. They have dogs here. They have a dog that is a star of his own film series. In fact, he's more recognizable than The Artist, like in the film. So it really just has everything. And felt like it captured the spirit. Now, I'm not going to give it a 10. I did have to maintain focus. It was silent. It requires your attention and focus. Something that my attention deficit disorder makes it hard to do. But, when I was with it, I was really with it. But, you know, it does have like a stretch in there. The thing is there's just nothing, you know, new. It's just your standard rise and fall of a Hollywood star. And again, perhaps a rise again. So there's no twists, there's no turns. So again, you're just waiting for like the next dot to be connected. And so your mind can wander a little bit. So there is like a stretch in there that maybe could be called slow. But really the performance just kept me there. You know, and just the technique. Everything looked perfect. You know, it just was like amazing. Because obviously there's not really been a silent film in some time. I really can't remember one, especially black and white and you know, full framed instead of widescreen. You know, it was just unique. You know, it felt refreshing. You know, I walked out of the theater feeling light. You know, gliding almost. It made me feel really good. You know, it made me happy, which is a great thing for a film to do. It made me feel probably the second happiest I have walking out of a theater this year. The first being Midnight in Paris, Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris, I thought was amazing. You know, I left that theater feeling like I could fly, and I left the artist thinking that I could glide. You know, it was really, really good. I really can't think of much else to say. I feel like I'm repeating myself already. But it was gorgeous. Easily one of the better films of the year just because it's so different. And it stands out in kind of this, you know, when Hollywood is just churning out sequels and remakes and shit, you know, the artist comes along and is totally different. And it feels totally new, even though it is totally, totally old. I mean, it goes back to the beginning. And by going back to the beginning, it feels modern. So I really, really enjoyed myself. It was definitely a good pick for my birthday movie. So I was happy. But damn that ArcLight. And on top of that $14 ticket price, I had to pay $3 for parking. And this is validated parking, $3. So $17 movie-going experience on a Monday afternoon. For shame, ArcLight. But that's The Artist. A tremendous film. One of the better films of the year. I'll give it a solid 9. Thank you very much.